to believe. So you expect me to believe that some white man died on the cross for me so that I can live for eternity? It's so funny how America accepts white Jesus, but when Jesus is painted dark with dreadlocks walking down ghetto blocks, he's considered false. Like just because his hair is kinky and not straight, he ain't still down the cross. Like just because his nose is fat and not pointed, he ain't still healed the sick and find the lost. You expect me to believe that some white dude died for me? Like it wasn't my people getting hung like Jesus did? Like it wasn't black women getting whipped or giving birth to kids? Just like Jesus died for the upcoming creation, it was African Americans died for upcoming generations. So how can you tell me that some white man died on the cross for me? See, it was Jesus. The reason the children of Israel escaped King Pharaoh, just like it was Harriet Tubman. The reason the children of Africa escaped Master Pharaoh. See, it was a black man that preached Jesus' words. Peace was the way to go. While white men was burning down churches with little kids on the other side of them doors. Because it was white men raping everything black were breasting them out of their age. And it was white men who got bored that night, so they went to the cabin shooting and hanging slaves. It's so funny how America forgets these incidents. Like our ancestry is supposed to be bound to stop because we got a black president. America act like these things never happened. Like in the 50s in Mississippi, it wasn't common to see a black man hanging from a tree while white men stood around laughing, and you expect me to believe that some white man died on the cross for me? And it's so funny how religious groups go to white people's neighborhoods and get them white Jesus. But when they come to the ghetto, knocking at my door, they give me this white dude with blonde hair on the brochure and tell me to worship him like he don't get worshipped enough. Ain't he Santa Claus? Every character on the Disney Channel, plus he's the majority sitting on our government channel. Government funds come in small amounts. The American people get divided by bank accounts. And depending on your paper, when dividing is common to make the smaller amounts the denominator. Keep a brother on the bottom so he can't excel further. Soon as that brother get on top, the fracture becomes improper. You see, it's really all based in geometry. I see it through my own eyesight. They say a right angle is worth 90 degrees, but at 90 degrees, guns angle right, and people fight. You see, we stuck inside of a box, so we die for the area. But who's really at fault? My people don't know that the length times the width of a block never measures up to whose life that was lost. I used to live in rectangles. Society had me seeing life from rectangles. Now I'm on the perimeter. You see, we all in some type of geometric figure. I used to figure that these words will bring big figures. A picture is worth 1,000 words, but really, I can't get 1,000 off these words, so I use them to paint pictures. I'm still trying to figure out how I got billion-dollar ideas, but only get pennies for my thoughts. Say that, right? I'm trying to check why my paychecks never adds up to necessities price tags. We searching for change, but the more things change, the more they stay the same. So we find change in dimes and nickel bags. Change, dimes, nickel bags. Nothing is free. Nothing is free. You know, you gotta spend time in order to get affection. Money makes the world spin, so we spend money on worldly possessions. And we swipe MasterCard. Then get in debt with master charge. Hey, yo, once they put my brother behind bars, he got caught in the middle of a 187 charge. He couldn't even out the odds. Come on. That's why I be like the number in the middle of 187, just to even out the odds. Now voting came after Amendment 24. The 24 hours in a day to represent the 24 sciences and non-lost nations who recorded history every 25,000 years, which can be equivalent or represent the Earth's circumference, which is about 25,000 miles, but to be exact, the Earth's circumference is really 24,896 miles. Listen. Sometimes numbers don't add up. Like how there's one creator, but when it comes to present Trinity, one, I tried to crack the head of a crackhead, but he wasn't even hearing me. You see, I couldn't persuade him because he didn't understand the equation. I told him, I said Reagan plus black plus poverty equals a fallen generation. But his addiction wouldn't let him comprehend simple addition. You see, he can only promise to care less as long as these schools graduate their kids. And it's crazy. It's crazy that the only history of black people these schools teaching is slavery. Like it was a life before people became greedy, but that flag is still flying. So today, I rep that red, white, and blue. That red for all this blood being shed, for all these young warriors, victims of shaky hands holding rifles with no targets, for all the immature lives that was taken before they even started. Now the white is for all the angels we don't see, but we feel them in our spirits although they don't speak. For all those that got their necks, legs, and hands cut off for trying to read. For those that tried to escape but got caught and hung from trees. Now the blue on the flag symbolize the police that we gotta be. It's wartime, so if they jump, don't flinch, because Chicago Police Department serve and protect. I mean, Champaign Police Department serve and protect, but only to a certain extent. You see, it's like we living up to America's expectations. You will fight for your baby daddy, but you won't fight for a proper education. Still living in the I say it's like we living up to America's expectations. You will fight for your baby daddy, but you won't fight for a proper education. Still living in a generation where we get judged off the color of our skin before the content of our heart. But y'all never be ashamed of being black, because the only way it starts to shine is if it's dark. You see, we're a powerful people, but the lack of knowledge is turning us apart. So I speak these words, because it's like when I speak, for a minute, y'all lights stop, and I'm holding you. I feel like I done held more lives with poetry than Trojan do. And in Chicago, they got police cameras, right? They got police cameras all down Chicago Avenue. But when somebody get killed right under them cameras, police don't know who to accuse. But when you run that red light, they do know who to send that ticket to. You see, the end is near. The end is near. And if you ain't ready to learn knowledge yourself, then for you, the end is here. Because just like the Creator will make you, He'll break you with no hesitation. And for every beginning, y'all best believe there will always be a revelation. Woo.